Alrighty, so we're going to put a GFI in this box and an outlet, double outlet down here. And the GFI I put in here is going to protect that outlet down there. So here in the country I was born in, your black is live, your white is neutral, your green wire is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live in a switch loop on a 110, 120 volt circuit, or on a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. So we'll hook our switch up first here. So we'll take one of our power wires here. And the one that goes up to the light. That's the one going to our light. This is the one from the power. I'll strip our line and load wires. So this is our line white. I'll just strip an end on our line white. And our line black from the GFI. So I know which one it is. And this is the load of the GFI, so now we'll hook our other one up to our switch. So I'll get this wire straightened out here. It's a little long. Put it on the switch here. Okay, now there's our switch loop hooked up. Okay, so we have to keep get our neutrals back in here all the way. And we have our white line and our black line over here to go to our GFI, and our black and white load to go to another box. So now we'll hook our ground wire up on our switch so we can get our black wires back in here out of the way. It's nice and tight here. Back into our box. Put our switch in here, and we'll get our ground wire over here around our green screw, which is our ground. tight. Okay, now we just push our switch into our box here. Here in the country I was born in, up is on, down is off on your single pole switches. Never push with anything sharp or metal. Okay, so we're going to get our switch into our box here. Okay, I'm going to use my pliers to straighten the switch because I don't have strength in my left hand to do it. So I'll just grab it like this and just straighten it. Here in the country I was born in, you have to have a GFI, either a receptacle or a breaker in the box for all your bathroom outlets, any outlets outdoors, and within 6 feet of the sink in the kitchen. Ground wire over some. It's not going to go, you know what? It's not going to go. But I'm going to just force it over here, get it out of our way. Now we're going to hook our GFI receptacle up. And so here's our ground wire. We're going to go around our ground screw. So we strip these ends so we know that this is the live end. And our live end, our line is on the same end as our green screw, so we'll strip our live ends here. Make sure we get a nice strip length here. It's a little long, so let's strip a little bit off. Strip a little off this one. Good length. So these are our line, and I'll strip our load wires. Looking back a little bit, strip our load wires. Make sure they're nice and straight. And we'll check our strip lengths again up here, make sure they're stripped long enough. Good. Good, okay, so we'll put our ground and our I'll put this back a little bit. We'll put our ground. There's a little hole in here. So I make sure it goes all the way up in. nice and tight. We'll put our black line where the black line goes, right into here like that. And we'll get our white line. Okay, push it in all the way there. Make sure insulation gets up to the top there. Make sure it's tight. Okay, now we'll bring it back around. And now we'll hook our, we'll take our tape off of here. So we hook up our load side. One nice thing they do is they mark load on your terminals so people don't get confused. So again, we'll just put our white and silver color terminal here. Make sure insulation goes up to the top there. Make sure it's tight. Bring it over here and we'll get our black load up here on the load terminal. Make sure we get in the hole all the way here. Make sure it's tight. There, it's tight. So now we can push our wires into our box. Keeping our ground wire away from everything here. Push it down so it's out of the way of everything. You know what, let's put a longer one in here. So we'll just put a longer one in here. And we just tighten it down. We'll just have to put a spacer in this one here off camera. So now we'll bring our camera down here and hook this one up. Double outlet. here we have our double outlet box. So we'll score our wire here and here. We'll score our black here and here. And now we'll just strip our insulation off. We'll just cut it off right from here down to our spore there. And it just comes off like this. Okay, so we'll just close the screws we're not going to use. Tight. Put our white on the silver screw here. Make sure it's nice and tight, like that there. Flip it around, we'll bring our white over to our other outlet. Keep our ground down here on the bottom. And we'll put our black on the brass colored screw here. Make sure we get our copper under the screw head all the way here. Make sure it's nice and tight, and we have a nice connection like that there. Our copper's under the screw head, our insulation's not pinched anywhere, so we can screw this one into our box. Oh, good. Our plaster areas are going to be long enough. Now our plasters are high enough so we don't have to put spacers on this one. Now let's hook up our last outlet. We'll keep our ground wire down away from everything here. Close the screws we're not going to be using. Okay, so we're going to ground and weight up first. You always put your wire around the screw the direction the screw turns. You always put your wire around the screw the direction the screw turns. Okay, there we go. Let's push this into our box the way we want it. Like that. Some screws out. The sheetrock is close enough to where our screws are, so we don't have to do the bushings in here. So there's our double outlet, and I'll make sure our ground wire is down away from everything here. So there's the instructions for the GFI, or the tamper resistant outlet. It is protected by the GFI. And there's the instructions for wiring the GFI receptacle.